Hey, and we are live. Excuse me there. Mark's message, Thursday, August the 6th. And as always, Peachtree Corners, Georgia, the peachiest place on the planet. And with that stated, got to give my shout outs. Give my shout outs to Grow Live Nation, emerging sales winners. Everybody within Peachtree Corners Technology Park, they don't call it that anymore, but I'm going to call it that. Um, And with that, I hope everybody had a very successful Thursday. We're winding it down. I thought I'd hop on here real quick. Tonight, I want to talk about something, and I'm going to get right into it here. Um, yes is the destination, no is how you get there. Do you ever hear the phrase go for no? If anybody's out there, feel free to hop on, man. Love to have you. But there's a book, and it was written probably, I think, about 10 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Excuse me while I look down. Didn't mean to do that. But I'm mainly talking about this book right here, Go for No. It's been around, it's an excellent book, and it's written by Richard Fenton, Andrea Waltz. And in this book, they talk about some things. A character, Eric James Bratton. And you ever I guess what I'm trying to say is you look in a mirror and you see a reflection of perhaps maybe of what you could be, want to be, should be, but you're not. And this book is not just for salespeople, it's for anyone who faces rejection. For example, it could be a novelist searching for a publisher, a coach trying to secure that big time position, a musician, whether he's a classical musician auditioning for a premier orchestra out there, whether he's a brass player, woodwind, strings. It's very difficult to get in an orchestra, one of those elite orchestras. Atlanta has a very fine orchestra. It could be a jazz musician trying to make a band or a smaller ensemble. It could be a singer, trying to make their debut. It could be even an entrepreneur trying to find that venture capitalist out there to help them out to start things rocking and rolling. So, with that, we say when you look in the mirror, what do you see? Do you like what you see? And sometimes we don't, sometimes we do. It just depends on where you're at in life, I guess. And, the big thing is you got to believe in yourself. And what I like about this book, Go for No, it even gets into, like, if you're in sales, a formula of how many no's you need to go through. And some people fear the word no. Um, at one point, I did. But if you're in sales in particular, you just can't. You just got to let it go. And some people struggle with it. And anybody that's out there listening, feel free to jump in and hit a one if you're out there, or you want to add your 2 cents about no, that word no, and rejection. How you feel about it? Is it okay? And can you really fail your way to success? And some people struggle with that. Like, how do you fail your way to success, Mark? Well, real simple. I'll just take a simple analogy here. If you look at a baseball player, particularly when they're at the plate, and there's no two ways about it. You can go 1 for 3, and that's failing your way to success. In any other sport, if you do that, it's not acceptable. You could go, say, 5 for 10. That would be primo. But if you're a 5 for 10 free throw shooter in basketball, that's not going to cut it. But that's why I always like baseball, because it really is like life. You're going to strike out more than you get a hit. And that sometimes you have to learn how to handle and manage and cope with it and embrace it. And you got to thrive on that competition, the pressure. You got to embrace that as well. And even the no, you can learn from the no. And, and that's what I'm here to talk tonight. about those type of things. What's holding you back? When you look in that mirror, and do you see the person perhaps maybe, you would like to be, maybe you're not, or you're meant to be, or could be, or should be? How does that play into things? And it's all up here. It's all about the belief in yourself. And not everybody in this world, believe it or not, is going to hop on board and beat the drum for your parade, because some people, let's face it, there's a lot of negativity. They don't have a parade of their own. So they're going to reign and do anything they can. So when you learn to step out and do things that are a little bit different, some folks aren't going to like that. And you just got to let that go. And the reason I like this book, Go for No, and I'll hold it up again, is it tells a story of the person, that you could be, should be, but it's holding you back. And the character, Eric James Bratton, it's kind of like a two-way mirror. He sees this successful side of himself, and then where he's at right now. And I think we allow sometimes people to dictate our tempo, and our pace. And no, that's not a good thing. I mean, I don't care if you work for an organization. It's okay to challenge things too. Sometimes people misconstrue challenging things as being disobedient or disrespectful, and that's not it at all. It's good to get a variety of opinions or concepts out there. And it looks like someone's going to bestow me with a comment. Hey, Ken. Ken, can you tell me why people don't want to go for no? I don't know if you've been watching this. I'll hold this up again here. I'm talking about this book in particular. Can you explain that to us, or throw a comment as to why people hold back and don't go for it? You don't have to, but if you want to, go ahead. I'd love to get your input. Very successful man, Ken Walls. Grow Live. This is the guy that started Grow Live Academy. This is why I'm out here doing this. But feel free to throw it at me, Ken, because I'd love to hear why. And, there he is, the man himself. But anyway, getting into that, today I had a very successful day, and I had a lot of no's, but, I didn't let it rain in my parade. I just kept marking, look what he says. Fear of rejection. Yes. Yes. That is the big one. We don't want to hear no. We don't want to hear you're not good enough. We don't want to hear, you know, and Ken brings up it's all about fear. And I always say, and I know Ken's probably heard this, false evidence appearing real is fear. Fear, uncertainty, doubt, FUD. There's different variations of a theme. And what's the big deal? What's the worst thing that's going to happen if you audition for something, if you're a musician? Okay, you don't get it. All right. But you go on. You don't quit. Right. I have yet to see a quitters rally. And if anybody ever gets to one, I want to see it. I want to see these people get up there and tell their story on how they lost. Um, the other thing is, like, you talk about fear. You pick up the phone, this thing right here, right? And, some people, it's like 1,000 pounds, man. Some people are afraid to get on the phone to talk to people. Some people are afraid to engage. And, I told you the other night, man, I love when we get into engaging things, because to me, or I should say, confrontational, not to the extent where you're going to exchange blows, but that to me is cool, because now you're getting into true engagement. Some people are afraid of that. Never audition, always go in like you got it. There you go. That's a great point. And that goes back to what I was talking about the other day about swag. You got to have some swag about you, confidence about you. And that is so true, what Ken just said. If you talk to a musician, they go in there, man, like, hey, I'm going to nail this thing. I'm prepped, I'm prepared, I'm ready. It could even be public speaking. I know what I'm doing. It could even mean I shared something with Ken the other day. I was on a conference call via virtual. It was Zoom and all that. And I told them doing this to me is a little bit more difficult than, you know, on my Zoom call. Man, I was just like breezing along. And hey, well, I'll give a shout out. Hey, Ron Goodwin. Yeah. Okay. So that's what I get into it, and what Ken's talking about there. You've got to have the mindset, and it to me, you got to believe in yourself. Tom Cruise doesn't audition. Excellent point. He doesn't. He gets the parts. And there's my man, Ron Goodwin. Ron, what we're talking about is a book here, Go for No. I'll just hold this up. And we're talking about the person that when you look in a mirror, person that maybe you would like to be, should be, but what's holding you back from being that? And Ken brought out some great points about fear, and I said it's false evidence appearing real. Ron has his own business. I'm sure he's failed a few times. Ken has his own business. I'm sure he's failed a few times. And you can't be afraid to fail. Failure is a good thing if you don't harbor in it and dwell in it. You learn from it. And then you just retool and say, hey, I, I did what I did here, but you know what? This is what I'm going to do. You got to feel the level that you want to get to. Yeah, okay. That's a great point. Let me read that again. You got to feel the level that you want to get to. Yeah, yeah. And that's why I'm sorry, Ken, I call it swag. You got to have that swagger about you. And that's not being cocky or arrogant or mean or condescending to people. Ron has never failed, only learned ways not to do it. Hey, I like that one. That's cool. Ron, is that true? I want you to jump in on that. Now, you listening to what Ken's saying? He says you've never failed. Man, if that's true, I want to know. Ron says never, always into it to win it. Right. And I know Ron and I share something in common. I shouldn't say this. This will upset Jeffrey Gitomer. Wilt set the standard, right? And he set all the records. And I kiddingly sent him on a live stream. Yeah, but Bill Russell secured all the championship rings. So I know Ron will appreciate that. But getting back to this, what does hold us back, guys? I mean, I'm done struggling with it. And I think it kind of boils down to when I lost my excuses, here's something to think about. I found my results. And it goes back to never being satisfied. And Ken, I believe you're from the great state of Ohio. So Pete Rose once said, if I was to teach somebody how to play this game, I would tell that adult that's teaching their son or daughter to work your butt off and never be satisfied. And that's kind of how he approached the game. Every failure is a step forward. I have never failed. I have many growth and learning opportunities. I like that one. Now that's what I'm talking about, though. And with that, everyone, what they're saying is maybe they didn't get to that next level that they wanted, but they learned from it. He just mentioned the word growth and learning, and that is so important. I had a few no's today, but I had fun in the process. Charlie Hustle, you got it. You got it. And what a ball player. And like Jeter said in his quote, there's no excuse for somebody outworking you. Maybe they have more talent. And I think maybe, guys, that's why people hold back. They're like, oh, you're so much better. I could say the same thing here about Ken on his Grow Live. And if you ever watch Ken, and I've studied him now because he's on all the time, I could feel intimidated and all that. But the way I approach this, the difference between me and Ken is he's been doing it longer, right? So I'm not sweating it and I'm not going to worry about it, and I don't feel intimidated by it. And he's a great teacher. He's got a great platform, and I'm going to put in a plug for you. I have to, Ken. You need to go check out his Grow Live Academy. Sign up for it. Tell him I told you it's okay to sign up for it. It's good for you. Is Pete in the No, Ken, I'll put it up there. No, he's not. And that is a debated question with what's going on in the world of sport. Considering what some people have done with, using steroids or whatever. I don't want to get into all that, but no, he's not. And that's one I don't get. So is he going to remain like Joe Jackson? You know, but he mentioned Charlie Hustle. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate you. No, Ken, we all appreciate you and what you do for all of us. Seriously, because without your platform, and I'm going to say this again. Ken is a great salesperson in my book because he challenged me with this simple statement when he said, and I'll never forget it, and it just kind of struck a chord. Um, Professionals have coaches, amateurs don't. And that's why I kind of piggyback and hang out with guys like him, whether it is virtually. Yeah, he needs to be. Yeah, I agree with you. And thanks to Ken and guys like Gittimer out there, they have helped me out a lot. And I've told you my story about knocking on doors, and if it hadn't have been for that crazy little red book of selling and watching Jeffrey Gittimer's YouTube, and at the time, Atlanta Journal, uh, Business Chronicle, he was in there once a week. They didn't have all this Grow Live stuff then, so. But we used to like with bated breath say, "Hey, man, what do you write about this week?" But and Ken's doing the same thing, only virtually. And look at this: professionals have coaches. Yeah, yeah, that's what you told me. Do you remember that? That's so true. And the thing is, you can't be afraid to try new things. And you know what? That's why people are afraid to fail. In my book, when I say fail, you're not going to fail, but they're afraid to venture on and try new things. And hanging around guys like a Ken Walls, a Jeffrey Gittimer, uh, you know, there's other people out there, but these are my two favorite. Uh, they challenge you all the time, directly, indirectly. And tell Ron Goodwin that he needs Mike. Ron Goodwin, are you listening? Get online and purchase this course. Tell Ken I told you to get over there, and he'll give you a discount. I don't know. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But getting back to that, that's the thing. And I know I've talked to Ron a couple times about different situations. Ah, this is a good one. Jay Rosenholtz said he's going to get the. That's cool. That is very cool. Uh-oh. Ron says he's all ears. Ron, since I'm looking at you and you're looking at me, you need to get Ken Walls's course, Grow Live. Go to the Grow Live Academy and register. Oh, this is too much. You guys are killing me with all this. And this is the other thing. People are so doggone serious. Man, what's the worst thing you're going to do? So you stumble. Big deal. So what? I remember that one of the first times, I had to pick up the phone and call people. This is back in the day. And all of a sudden, they give you a script and all that. And, like in acting, I say a script, but then it becomes part of you. You learn how to, you know, craft it into you and become you. Yeah. And so I got up there and I was like the first dial, and I'm like, my brain went dead. And I just, you know what I did? I hung up. Ron wants you to sell him on the course. My family will not eat tomorrow if you don't close him, Mark. Okay. Well, let me explain something to you. Since the world's gone virtual here, Ron, think about this. You know, if you don't want to climb on board, that means you're embracing something like a fax, a BlackBerry, the Yellow Pages, and what Ken's course will do for you, it's like public speaking only on steroids. It'll put you in another level, another plateau. It'll get you out of your comfort zone. And with that, it'll even help you with your business to promote it. And people will know exactly who Ron Goodwin is. So what do you say? You know, do you not want to take a chance, roll the dice, and take your chances, so to speak? No, he's laughing more at me, you know. Or do I have to get down on one knee? Because if I don't do this, Ken's going to shut my account off or something. No, I'm kidding. He won't do that. Or not send me updates or whatever. But getting back, put some water in the soup. Oh my God, you guys are too much. You know, you know what? I think what we may have to do here, yeah, yeah, a fax, a BlackBerry Yellow Pages, love that. So, hey, look at it this way. What he could do, Ken, is he could ask, we could throw in some clam chowder, man, or something like that, or lobster. What do you think? Yeah, maybe we can entice Ron to come over. That'd be kind of cool. Ron, would you be in for that? Like we're not going to give you a discount or something like that. Or, I've heard Ken say he'd work out a payment plan. Perhaps maybe you should tell Ken, hey, you know what? I can make sure you get some lobster uh, every 2 weeks, once a week, however you want to work that out. you know, some of that fine cuisine up your way that, or even clam chowder if he's a fan of it. You never know. Or you could invite him to a Sox game, and, get him like season tickets or something. Rob, Rob, there's a lobster dinner in the deal. Yeah. Hey, I'm trying anything here, whatever works. But, you know, if I can get out here and make a fool of myself, and I will share one thing with both of you, and I won't mention the person's name, but they said to me, I did have to laugh at this because most people, I'm not going to mention my age, but most people that I know wouldn't do what I'm doing. They'd be chilling out in the hammock, whatever. They said to me, "Isn't it time to retire yet?" So and see, there that goes back to that failure thing or the fear thing, and worrying about what other people think. And the other night I talked about that. I just don't anymore. I can't. You know, I'm beyond that point. And like I said, when I lost my excuses, I found my results. And Ron, by the way, that deal that I was talking to you about, it's kind of moving forward there. And thank you again for your input about co-op and advertising and dollars. And I kind of incorporated that into my spiel the other day. And we talked today. So we're moving forward. Chilling on a oh, God. Yeah, man. Well, I don't even know where I started this thing from. You guys are like barraging me with comments and hey, let's mess with Mark night. Let's have fun. Proud of you, Mark. You keep pushing. Love it. Ken, thank you. Seriously, thank you and Ron for everything. And Ron, man, you got wisdom, man, and I appreciate everything we've discussed offline. But with that, I think I've made my point about going for no. Just guys, just go out there, man, and stop worrying about what everybody's gonna think or say or do, man. If you're in sales, pick up the phone or go get virtual, hippo video. Don't be afraid. Just do it, man. Have fun with it. And that's what I've learned to do. My phone calls get recorded, and I know sometimes they're like, dude, where are you coming from? Yes, Ron is a sharp dude, you know, because I am an out of the box thinker, as Ron knows, and a very lucky dude. Yes, yes. And you know what? I'm even luckier. Oh, look at this. He says he's wisdom. Right. Okay. All right, Ron. I'm even luckier that I've managed to hook up with you. And Ron, that's why you need to do this virtual thing, because look at all the people you're going to meet. I've met people that I can't even fathom, man. People from other countries. I'm doing a hippo video training section in my I knew it. I knew it. Does that mean that we get to view it too, since we're already signed up? I mean, I can't wait for this, because between what Gittimer's offering and what you're doing, I mean, that's got to be a slam dunk. Oops, I had a little hiccup there. Thank you, Ron. Thank you. I appreciate that. And with that, I am probably going to have to say adios. Not that I really want to, but you know what I'm going to tell you? Yeah, it is 10. Yes. Be a leader, be a friend, be a service. Once again, this is Mark Gassert's Mark's message. Peachtree Corners, the peachiest place on the planet. I know Ken just loves that, but I feel it truly is. And I'm very blessed that I had two outstanding gentlemen tonight communicating with me virtually. And that's what this live stream's all about, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, I'm wishing you tomorrow's Friday. We're going to have fun tomorrow. Uh-oh. I taught Gittimer some advanced hippo stuff Sunday. Thank you. Hate to ruin that relationship by giving you money. Oh, God. Ken, I'm trying. He's just, Ron just keeps coming up with these little, crafty statements that he normally does. That's a good one. I got to remember that when a relative or something asks me for money. I hate to ruin that relationship by giving you money. Geez, I just can't do it. Anyway, with all that, I am going to wish you Friday a very successful Friday. We're toning it down and bringing her down here on Thursday, but I've got my energy level up. And as always, keep swinging for the fences. And together, we're going to all knock it out of the park. I will see you tomorrow, and we're going to have a lot of fun. And Ken, before I leave, says, you're not giving money, you're investing in your future. Excellent point. And ladies and gentlemen of the virtual live stream, I will say until tomorrow. See you.